y'all, come on in. It's great to see you.
We have a spooky soap today from Ariana and Evans. Don't let it cross your path.
It's a Halloween morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. We're so glad you're here. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. And if you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on a Wednesday or Saturday morning, join the live chat just to the right of the box on the YouTube screen and meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of folks hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you too.
They would. And for our mention today, we officially added our second Ariana and Evans EDP to our den. We skipped the splash and went straight to the EDP for the big talk.
Y'all, it is Halloween month, and there is just something about the scent of the circus that is absolutely beguiling to me. And I love putting on EDPs of non-traditional things. Fruit Loops, the circus, I don't know, blows my skirt way up over my head. Can you read these scent notes? I do not have my glasses, and they are amazing.
Oh, cool. Okay. Citrus, cotton candy.
Start there.
See, Halloween
y'all.
fun. Yeah. Honeysuckle, amber, caramel popcorn, earth, pralines, sandalwood, and cedarwood. And my goodness, as he was wearing this, like hours later, we were getting different whiffs. It was a great experience.
Y'all, it is amazing. And for me, there is just something that connects deeply to my childhood because of how realistic this is. You even get the sense it's not like an arena circus. It's like being outside in that vacant lot when the circus comes to town, because there is an earth, a soil note in it. And everything else in this is just the absolute perfect balance to whisk you away to somewhere whimsical and childlike where there are mysteries and wonders. And that, for me, is what an EDP is supposed to do. So, Peter, Talia, thank you for knowing that there are some of us that do need Lavender Noir, but there are those of us that do want to go to the circus in our shaving den.
And it's perfect for this season. I was just, as soon as you sprayed it, I was like, yep, we were supposed to open it right now.
And y'all, there was just something hauntingly beautiful inside of it. I know it's a little crazy, but she was like,
it's true.
That just kind of smells like a fabulous EDP from like Bloomingdale's. I was like, I know. There's just something about it. Woo! And what's our soap today?
Our soap today, we were looking through the website trying to find a fun label that would fit for all the Halloween festivities we've got going on. And this one just seemed too perfect. And then when we read there's a little story that goes with it. So let's meet this little kitty.
So y'all, this scent was inspired by a very special friend of the artisan Peter Chikalis. So to tell you that story, please welcome into the barbershop Peter Chikalis of Ariana and Evans.
Hey, Sarah and Marcus, how are you? So I want to tell you a story about black magic and how this soap came about. So I was living in the Philippines for 3 months, about 2.5 years ago, setting up a facility. So I rented a house. The house was also where we would do production and shipping and everything. So I basically was there 24/7. That was in Binmali, Philippines, about 5.5 hours northwest of Manila. And so the one thing the neighbor said is stay away from that black cat. She was across the street. Stay away from the bad luck. So I didn't pay much attention to it. But geez, I was really having some bad luck over there. A lot. To a point where I just wanted to close up. But I had so much invested already, I couldn't. But it was just a disaster. I thought, what am I going to do? A lot of this stuff was out of my control. Just one thing after another. So I thought, oh Jesus, maybe there's something to this superstition with this black cat. And so I started to feed Negrita every day, put food out. And she would come a little bit closer and a little bit closer to a point where she was like my companion, my pet. She wasn't living with me because she always wanted to go back outside, but we spent a lot of time together. And she would come in for a little while until she, wanted to get back outside. She wasn't used to that. And it's funny because when I would wake up in the morning, first thing I would do is go outside. I would prepare some food for her. Go outside and just yell out, Negrito, Negrito. And all of a sudden I hear meow. And then a pitter patter on the roof. So she was living on the roof or in the tree. I think on the roof because it always started from the roof. So I would hear the pitter patter of her paws on the roof. She would jump onto the tree, which is right next to the house. and climbed down and started yelling, meow, meow, and run right towards me. And she knew I had food for her. And so this was our routine for the time that I was there, every morning and afternoon. So I just fell in love with this cat. So I ended up creating this in honor of Negrita. So that's the story behind the soap. All right, guys, take care.
Oh my goodness.
I love that, y'all,
Thanks.
because we got Lainey just about the time her grandpa got super sick and was put into hospice care. Well, his mind was starting to go, so he didn't always remember her name, but he always asked for exactly the same name that he calls his.
Yeah.
Little Black Dog.
Where's
So
the
I was
little
like,
black
I know,
dog?
where's the little black dog? So this jumped out at us for a bunch of really sentimental reasons, and it was lovely to see that it's there in the sales page too, that Peter has this special
Little
friend
soft
waiting
spot.
for him too down in
Yeah.
the Philippines. So y'all, let's let this little cat out of the box.
So as we mentioned, Big Top came in this box, so it has been pre-opened. But we
I
didn't
ripped
smell anything.
that out of her hands the moment it came in the door, and I sprayed it on. Y'all, the atomizer on the Big Top EDP, can we just mention that too?
Those are wonderful.
Fat. Oh,
Is that
what
the
do we
splash?
got here?
I'll do the
I
soap.
think we've got both. Let's
Okay.
see. We might have some perfect reds going on here.
Let's
Oh, I
see.
see it. Look at the color on
It's
that.
very vibrant red. It's kind of fun.
Let's see.
Oh, this tape is good tape. Please hold. Ooh, it's kind of like an orangey black.
Oh, that's pretty.
Underneath it says Black Magic Amber Fougere. We are in for a treat, my friends.
This be an amber barbershop. The powder's already there inside the amber. I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Hey,
Hold on.
I don't know, because I've just seen like the Fougères
Oh,
on
I'm
its
getting
own.
excited. Oh, look, I
Oh.
love these bottles. And there we go. Two perfect feline brands. All right, it's time for this first impression. K2E base. Oh, look at that. We kind of want to put little stickers on the bottom of our soap so we can know when we used them last.
We
Right? So
kind of have too many. We need to keep a log.
we have a
so
few.
Just a few.
2, 3, 400. All right, here we go.
Okay,
I don't mean to alarm you.
strap in. How's this gato?
Look at
Oh.
But, do you want to see? Hold on.
There's just a little caramel effect happening here. Just a little.
Oh, okay, here we go.
Okay,
Now,
give her a
me
shake.
You can ask me questions.
Oh, I feel like I got a whiff from here. Is it potent? Wow.
It's got a personality.
Does
it's
it?
sitting right about 3.5 or 4 on the
Okay.
intensity scale. Oh, okay, hold on. Wait.
Okay, is Amber Fougere a thing?
Y'all, this is about half of Fougere, and the other half are some absolutely lovely, citrusy, rather bold spices
Okay.
coming up against it.
Ooh.
Something earthy and nose-tingling and effervescent is in this.
Effervescent.
Whoa, y'all, what a barbershop. Hold on a second.
Okay. I really think we bought it for the label. We were not expected for this journey.
This takes the clean, whoa, all the way to that side. Beautiful. And the way these spices and citruses are swirling together. I'm even sure there's I've seen no scent notes, but y'all, the citrus in this is just charming.
Maybe from that color, like a blood
on.
orange or something.
Right,
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe. Does it have like a little bit of an international vibe? Like, can you tell maybe something from the
Oh.
Philippines, like scent-wise?
No. Usually there are woods or spices that give me those senses, or
Right.
like florals that I'm not familiar with. But luckily, y'all, everything in here is down home and sort of familiar, but it's the way he's put it together that's just so beautiful and different. Hold on. There is something a little bit nostalgic and very familiar for me under the surface of this. I'm not sure what it is.
Okay.
Maybe a gourmand.
Okay.
Hold on.
Take another whiff here. Please hold.
And you know, it's light and it's playful and it's fun and it's daylight.
So not necessarily completely Halloweeny, but that's okay.
Whoa. No, y'all, there is nothing scary about this little black cat. Okay, it's time for you to
okay.
take her in.
I'm intrigued.
What a charming little soul this soap is.
Okay. You've got me all perplexed here. I don't know if my words are going to
I'm
get
telling
this
you,
out.
but
We'll
let's
see.
see what happens.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, what are
Definitely
you
a
getting?
different, like, citrus,
Right.
but the sweeter side of
Right.
a citrus.
Yeah, not all the way to candy, but
No.
just the sweeter side of citrus.
And there's something else that's with it. I don't know if it's a sweeter floral or something, but then it does jump into that almost barbershop-y, clean,
Right.
Lane.
Right.
And I know it says an amber fougere, but so I am getting that color, but I was expecting it to be much more like heavy spice. And
Right.
it's not. There's something
No.
more natural that's happening
Maybe a
in
little
there.
bit more the powdery side of the
I
amber.
think, yeah. So,
Right,
I mean, it's gorgeous.
right.
I just, what my brain had predicted. I don't think that's exactly what's happening.
No, but a beautiful powdery amber
Yes.
is what's happening.
And from your description, I thought it was going to be way more masculine. Here, it does have that clean, and there's a
Right.
little cologne finish at the end.
Right.
But I don't think I couldn't wear this or pull
Right.
this
No,
off at all.
absolutely no. I think it's right down the middle.
And there is with that little bright, happy soul of the kitty. I feel like
Right.
is here. Like it doesn't have those dark edges. There's something in the deeper side, but it doesn't have black like Black Magic side.
Right.
It does. It just has that fun. It's different. It's new. It's not something that I can put directly in a lane, which
No.
I kind of like. It's its own. It must be an amber fougere lane. Apparently, we're learning. But there's something that is bright,
Yeah.
but not overpowering.
No.
And there's something that's clean, but it's not too clean. Like, I feel like anyone wearing this, I'd want to give them a hug somehow, and I'm getting the effervescent side, but I'm also getting it more like when you crack open an orange peel, that
Right,
little poof of the
right.
citrusy thing. Like, there's something more natural about it. Like, I
Right.
don't know what that orangey blossomy thing is, but then it does, it's not like a Fanta soda or something,
No.
but it does have that, like, almost supernatural kind of vibe from nature. Like,
Right.
there's something nature-esque about it that's just kind of blowing your skirt up in a different way.
And you know, with all of the barbershops that we have looked at, what I love about what this is doing is this is presenting an absolute fougere, but then it's like invading it with something else sweet and spicy and nostalgic. So about half of this is the fougere,
Yeah.
and the other half are clicking so well, but my brain's going, they probably shouldn't. But
I
the
get you.
way this is clicking together, somebody has cracked the code
Yeah.
on how to bring a bright citrusy sunrise into a fougere. And that's what we're holding.
And this is definitely a year-round scent. It's funny because my brain, when I
Right.
hear fougere, I automatically think the greens, the mosses, that kind of side.
Right.
But this is somehow done with a whole different side going on.
And it's funny because when I ask myself, is it sweet? My first whiff is like, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then my second whiff is, oh, no.
right. It just disappears into the rest of the scent.
Right.
Maybe in the splash we'll get more of that dissection
Right.
going on.
Well,
but
somebody said something interesting on the Facebook group today. They were mentioning, is it sweet? And somebody said, well, could you define that?
Right.
And they said, oh, well, sweet like this or this or this. Y'all, just the word sweet could mean a million different things. And there have been soaps where I've been like, oh, it's not very sweet at all. But somebody has smelled it and went like, are you kidding?
Right, that's
like
all I get.
Candyland. It's like, oh, our little black dog.
Little black
Is
dog?
here to join the episode. She must have smelled.
she must have heard us talking about. Oh, she flopped immediately. What the soap? You want to go back to sleep? Okay, you can just.
So, yes, Lainey is our Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. She is 8 years old, and she is named after Elaine Stritch, who passed away just before Lainey was born. Elaine was a friend of mine. She used to work on Broadway. And now that everything is right with the world, why don't we have a look at these scent notes? All right, y'all, so here is our list of amazing scent notes in Black Magic. We are starting with,
Wow. Okay, ready? Pear.
okay, got that.
Okay. Ginger.
That's that nostalgic thing for me.
Yeah.
I used to be a ginger ale kid, so that's kind of what's going on there under the surface for me. I love
I
that.
wonder if these are like the amber tones that are kind of coming in here, maybe
Right.
somehow.
And then,
Coriander.
beautiful,
Something I was not expecting.
red pepper.
That's right.
That's the effervescence. That's what
Oh.
gives my nose that sense of like a carbonation almost, right?
Interesting.
And then, come with me into the barbershop where we have our lavender, our sage,
Yep.
our basil.
Yeah.
We see basil in barbershop scents often, and what a beautiful sense that's
And
giving,
then
right?
this must be the black side. I was not expecting this at all. But dark chocolate, y'all.
Hold on.
Wait.
Basil and dark chocolate? Are you kidding me? Absolutely. What
It's
a
working.
beautiful comment. That's what I meant
That-
about
you were
Peter
on it.
finding scent notes
Yep.
that you would never necessarily think would click together, but his nose is able to find exactly the right ones where you're like, oh, each one's going to help you find the other.
Yep.
Got it. And then vanilla.
Okay, this is new.
Almond milk. Well,
Almond
look
milk?
at you, lactose intolerant.
Right.
Welcome back to an old friend. Here,
But it does actually say almond milk amber.
Oh.
Are those all
You're
connected?
right. There's not a comma there.
But even so, they're good friends. If they're
Right.
side by side, they definitely blend. And it does get that creamy side.
Right. Okay, so if Peter is a fan of the Oxford comma, this is almond milk amber going on in here. But you
Either
know what?
way,
I don't
it's
think
wonderful.
it matters. I don't think it matters because I get the almond milk is giving it that creaminess without
Yep.
electronic. It's doing it with like a nut, a gourmand.
But then the spices, like the amber,
Right.
the ginger, the coriander, all jump into that almond. Like somehow it's like a spiced almond milk.
And then do you sense the base wood of this is the sandalwood? Nothing too deep, nothing too oaky or rich, right?
No.
Nothing too patchouli in this. Just the lighter side of the sandalwood. And do you sense it? Because I do.
Well, it's funny because I have been to the Philippines, and I don't think it's so hot there all the time
Yeah,
that
right.
you want lighter, brighter scents
Right.
when you're
Cooler
there.
scents.
Yes,
Right.
and this I totally could see how
Right.
this would work.
Because there are scents that we label as warm. And I think you're absolutely right. I don't want to wear those on a hot island afternoon. I
Right.
want something that smells cooler, right? So
Exactly.
I think the stars of this are the pear, the ginger, and the basil. And y'all, we're going to have to build a lather with this. So why don't we take this down just a little bit deeper? All right, y'all, let me introduce you to one of my favorite shaving brushes. This is the retro shaving brush from Ariana and Evans, and this is the Badger Knot. Y'all, what a fabulous way to rediscover the world of my great-grandfather. The shape of this handle is so classic. It just gets me. And then, these are our bougie sticks from Amazon.com, and this is our bowl from the KUN Workshop, our dark nebula colorway. This goes right in here. This is the bigger size of the KUN bowls, sometimes for the head shavers or those of us that like to make a little extra lather in our bowl, and they do make a smaller size, which between you and me, I might prefer.
But this one looks better on camera. You can
It
see all the
does.
action.
It's
So
beautiful for
we are
Halloween
happy to have
episode, too.
options.
So we spray a little water right on the soap, but then we let that water coalesce at the bottom of the bowl, and then we take our brush with an interesting goal. All I want to do is get as much of that soap onto these bristles as I can. I'm going to worry about the lather later. So I'm going to start just by introducing the tips of the brush onto the soap and starting to load it onto the bristles. Then I'm going to go the other way, load it on the other side of the bristles. But see those bristles on top and bottom? Those aren't getting much love, and they're certainly not getting much soap. So you know what we do around here? We turn the brush in my hand a quarter turn. And then we do it again. Presents new bristles to the soap to load it onto the brush. Because when I make my lather, I don't really want to do it between the brush and the bowl. I want to do it between the bristles of the brush. So keep spinning your brush a quarter turn. And then just about the time you've only got about 20% of the soap left in the bottom of that bowl, then I'm going to go down here and scoop in the water, y'all. And that is where that lather really starts to come back to life.
I'm really smelling it from here.
I
My goodness.
really get whiffs when we build our lather this way, and we do it with cold water. I know. It sucks. The cold water builds a better lather, but I think it does.
I would have never guessed that there was dark chocolate in this. Let me
know.
just tell you. It snuck in here in such a cool way.
Well, much like those base notes of sometimes like animalic musk or something, like there's not really a sense of it so that you'd know it's there, but you'd certainly know if it wasn't. So I wonder if they're doing the same thing here with chocolate, of just using it like under the surface without being a prominent scent, but just to kind of ground the others, bring them together. All right, y'all, so this is something you will only find here on the Barbershop Duet. Our favorite black cat in the Halloween season is Binks from Hocus Pocus. So this is the Binks whiff on 3, 1, 2. Oh, come on. Oh.
Wow.
There's charming parts of both of these. They're quite different.
And let me remind you, there was no orange listed on there.
Hold on.
Now that I'm remembering.
Whoa.
But there's some secret magic with the pear, the ginger. Some magic is
Was
happening.
there no citrus in this? Wait.
Pear, ginger, coriander, red pepper, lavender, sage, basil, dark chocolate, vanilla, almond milk, amber, and sandalwood. No citrus, y'all. We're perplexed.
Well, this is the biggest Marcus was wrong. I know. I deserved it.
I
Go
was
ahead.
wrong too.
Go ahead. Put it on. Whoa. Okay, wait. What are we sensing as citrus? It's not the pear. It's not the ginger.
But I think it's the sweetness of the pear mixing with something else.
Ah, the basil.
Because the beginning intro of the pear
Right.
is sweet enough.
The basil with the amber, with the
Maybe.
lavender. Maybe.
Something, I don't know. Clearly, that's why it's called like magic.
What?
Then the magic is clearly
That's
happening.
why she's here, folks, because we know Peter's citrus. I mean,
But we've been fooled. That amber is coming
whoa,
across hard and
trick
cool
or
ways.
treat indeed. And y'all, when we watch Peter lather his face on the videos that he posts, we like to see how that lather works. So while we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, I will lather the face to show you how this coats. Y'all, What a beautiful base this is. There's a reason that folks sing songs about this formula. All right, here we go. You ready? I'm not even going to re-dip the brush. Look at that. There's plenty on there. Oh, beautiful. The K2E base.
Wow, that has such a fun smell.
I know.
If I didn't know what I was smelling, and I just got a whiff of this, I feel like it would almost be in a classic aftershave meets a cologne something combo. Like,
there is for sure something. But then something to ground it. Something like you're wearing that for sure, but you're somewhere else real, and you're getting the vibe of that altogether.
Right.
And y'all cats are not a fan of water, but we're going to try this splash. All right, y'all. So here
Tis
comes
the time.
splash. Let's see what we got
a little
here.
potion for ya.
Okay, hold on. I need you to do this first. Now, hold on. Take a smell. Take a smell of this and tell me there's not citrus in this. I know there's not citrus in this, but there's something masquerading as citrus in this.
I don't know how, but as I'm whiffing it, I'm like, I feel like I'm having a like blood orange sorbet.
Right.
I don't know how. It's not the creamier side coming through, but there's something
almost like if you could take a candied orange and give me the opposite.
Right.
What is a non-candied orange?
It's all throughout the scent, but then there's everything else around it. But just that central,
I know,
non-citrus
something.
citrus.
So clearly, there's no citrus in this. This is going to put this on our list. There's no chocolate in Sterling Candy Cane, and there's no citrus in Black Magic.
So they say.
Mysteries and Wonders.
But in here, this scent is transforming. Like
I know.
The almond creamy side into all the spices, into all the woodsy thing. There's literal magic
I'm
happening.
going to put some of this on my face.
Yep.
On my face.
I might spill it on the dog on
That's
purpose
fine.
just
She
so we can
likes
smell it better.
Oh.
Oh, see, she woke up for that.
She woke up.
She said
the basil in this. That's what's doing it for me. And I think that's almost what's masquerading as citrus. It is fabulous. Earthy.
And the lavender?
Beautiful, rich. Yes. Oh, when your nose goes for the lavender first, y'all, pick a different scent. No, pick one that you're not finding and go for that. It's going to open up new worlds to you and teach you how to smell new things.
Okay, there's not a citrus, but there's something that's masquerading as a citrus, and it's magically sweet and wonderful, and all the spices blend, all the kind of barbershop-y sides blend, the woodsy stuff blend, and the dark chocolate, I have to say, is just enough to ground. It's not earthy.
No.
You know, but it's almost
doing
that,
the job of a patchouli.
Yeah, something like that. It's the bitter side, but it's not taking away from the sweet. Does that make sense?
There's something calmer in the splash that's just fabulous.
Like if somebody walked by me smelling like this, I'd be like, wow, that's a cool dude, man.
Right. And that's the thing. That's what we're discovering about the wet shaving world. We asked ourselves kind of at the beginning, hey, if I wore this out to the theater, people would probably be expecting it. But if I wore something from the wet shaving world, if I wore the big top,
like sitting next to somebody,
right out to see Phantom of the Opera, what would their response be? Your first thought would not be like, a 3 rings and a ringmaster and some elephants. I think it would be like, what is that beautiful, charming scent? Because you don't have a label to inform you. You don't have anything to tell your nose what it might be looking for. So y'all, that's what I love about the wet shaving world. It's got a way of taking these scents that are outside the box, that are super nostalgic, that are super different, and not just bringing them into the mainstream, but showing you that they should have been there the whole time.
Yep.
I would put the big top up against anything Calvin Klein did because of the way it lights me up. And I don't think it matters that it's the circus. I think what it matters is it brings you that feeling. It brings you that happiness. It brings you that expression. That's what this wet shaving world is about, is helping us grown-ups rediscover ways to find the little joys and whimsical sides of life.
Take a whiff on me. I feel like I would put this on if I needed to smile. Like just almost like seeing your little friend, your little black dog. Like there's something in it that's like really like good for the soul.
Maybe that's it. Maybe you'll crack the code. This is what she makes Peter feel when he sees her outside getting ready for her pets and maybe a little treat, right?
Like I feel like there's something just comforting and sweet and gentle and loving about the scent. I don't know how, but it's coming through.
So not an automatic, but maybe the way that inside Peter feels when he sees his little friend.
I think.
That makes sense, because that's kind of how it makes me feel when I see Lainey. Actually,
Right?
Lainey makes me feel like warmest regards.
Yeah, my kitty Jessie was kind of rebellious. She wasn't the normal kitty. She had to do it her own way, and she was always had her own personality, which I feel like this scent totally has.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be growing up in Rodeo, California, and your cat is gonna have a litter of kittens. Well, they're gonna be so beautiful and perfect, and the tiniest one, you're gonna keep her. The runt of the litter, you're gonna name her Sophie. And when she's about to have her first flea bath from your dad against your better judgment, she's gonna sneak out the garage door and never come home, and she got her own. So head over to aegrooming.com or shavingshopclub.com to find this and a bunch of other stuff I want.
I am back from my shave with Black Magic, and I do have to say I love the brighter, fun sides to this and different scents that I just didn't even realize could be hiding in this soap. And as I was lathering, I really enjoyed taking the time to get to know the scent even better, and the splash was wonderful to have as the day went on. I got little whiffs of it to really enjoy too. So I know we picked this for the holiday spooky side, but there's something fun about this Amber Fougere. Thank you.
Welcome to Messages.
So this is your last chance to be in the drawing to win a $20 gift card to Southern Witchcraft.
Yeah, y'all. All you have to do to be eligible is send an email here to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com so that we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways. And then check back here on November 2nd when we have our Barbershop de los Muertos Day, and we have our Alexa help us choose our lucky winner on the show.
Best of luck.
Do you sense the ginger in this?
It's a sneaky ginger. It's like the
is.
sweet side of ginger.
Ah,
I think
right.
that's where we're kind of getting
the
stuck.
sweet, not the spicy side. Interesting. Yeah, that's what I find too. It's almost a floral.
Yeah, or like, if you brew the ginger, it has a different vibe to it. Like,
Right.
there's something about it here.
Ooh, but it gives it an effervescence for me. That and the red pepper, I think, are coming
I
together.
know. One of our first ones with red pepper. That's so crazy. There are fun sides to this scent. Like, the more time we spend with it or how it mixes with your own, natural kind of scent, I feel like you're going to get even different layers that we're not getting right now.
And y'all, I bring you glad tidings of great joy, because as we were shooting this episode, we noticed that memberships to the back rooms at shavingshopclub.com are back open. So y'all, we hope to see you there, because there are phenomenal things hiding back there, mysteries and wonders, and you're going to want to explore it for yourself.
You are. Don't forget your next one with the Barbershop Duet.
Oh, you'll smell better just watching this.
Hey.